Web3.tv.
Hello, what's up, and welcome back to another interview at the Traders Brawl podcast. I'm Adel, the host, and today we have a special guest with us, Paulina Stanek, who is here with us to talk about a very important topic on healthy sex and communication. Paulina, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for being on the show.
I'm so happy to be here.
I want to read out your bio, but before I do, for those, just to give some context, this is an interesting podcast episode that we're trying out because, as we know, fitness and financial freedom includes wellness and, in this case, sexual healthiness. And in this topic, we're going to be exploring this sensitive topic because we want to actually delve into what it means to be in a sexually healthy relationship. And I think that plays a big role in how society works. If you're happy at home, you're happy at work, you're happy overall. And I think there's a lot of nuances in this space. So for this reason, we are trying something new. Bear with us. But we're still sticking with our narrative that fitness and healthiness comes with wealthiness comes with health. So with that said, I do want to read your bio.
Well, let's do it.
Paulina Stanek, a Polish immigrant who escaped communism in the 80s, found solace in Canada in 1991. Witnessing her parents' relentless struggle and multiple jobs ignited a fierce desire for independence within her. At just 15 years of age, she embarked on a bold adventure, moving to Japan for 3 months to pursue a modeling career. This transformative experience instilled in her spirit of self-reliance and fueled her ambition to forge her own path, a life filled with travel, financial freedom, and a sense of true fulfillment. Paulina, welcome.
Hi.
We actually met at a party event.
Yes, we have.
We connected, and here we are.
And here we are.
I'm really curious to know from your perspective, the first question I have, because it's a very interesting topic, talking about sex. What are some misconceptions people have about sex and intimacy when it comes to the ability to talk about it? What are your thoughts on this, and why do you think, and this is an assumption, that couples struggle to have a healthy relationship?
I think a lot of people from a young age have been shamed when it comes to sexuality. Whether it's self-play or being open-minded or exploring. And I think from a young age, when people are being shamed, that goes into their relationships.
Right.
So even though they have things that they want to explore and do, they can't. Because their minds are conditioned to believe that they can't. Because it's something that's forbidden.
Right.
And then that causes issues eventually. Because if you have two people in a relationship and one has one idea of what sex should like and another one has an idea of what sex should be like. Now imagine if they can't talk about it, they can't explore it. So how do you keep a healthy sexual relationship with each other?
Right.
If people are afraid to talk about it, it causes more issues.
Why do people feel afraid to talk about it? I mean, if you're in a relationship with your wife, your husband, whatever, your spouse, let's just say spouse, what could be, what would stand in the way? Because I'm seeing it as from the perspective that your partner is your world. Well, at least that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Your partner is your therapist, your best friend that you marry. Your everything should be your spouse.
That's right.
Why is it so difficult to communicate and say, let's get it on?
Fear. It's fear. It's always fear. Fear of the unknown. How are they going to react if I release? How are they going to look at me when I'm in this moment? What if I do something that's something that they've never seen? Are they going to judge me on that? It's always fear of being judged, unfortunately.
Could it be, I'm going to play devil's advocate like I always do, could it also be that over time, when you have kids and after being married, you lose attraction for your partner? Could that be a possibility? Bodies change, hormones change, things change when you're in high school versus when you're
Married.
with kids and married with kids and like now taking them to school and dropping off from school and,
100%. So I think what happens is, I mean, I've been married. I'm divorced now. So after being married for 15 years, you see a change happen. So in the beginning, everyone is flirting. You're dating each other. It's that whole, like the goodness. Then you go into a relationship and then you have kids. Once kids come, then it's like, okay, priorities. Sex life or kids? Sex goes to the side, it's kids first. Once your husband stops flirting with you, then you lose yourself because you kind of forget, wait, am I really attractive? I'm a mom now. My husband doesn't look at me the same way he used to. The sexual attraction disappears at that point. I feel like men need to date their wife no matter what. Whether you're married, have kids, it doesn't matter. Make her feel like she's the hottest thing ever, even if she feels like she's not. In return, she's going to look at you like, oh my God, okay, my king is home. He thinks I'm hot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it on.
100%.
You just need 1 hour. 1 hour together. That's it. When kids are at school, in daycare, or they're napping. Have that 1 hour. Flirt and have fun with each other. Bring the spark back. It's so important.
Wow. That's really good. I think that's, I have so many questions I want to ask off the back of that that I didn't write down. Yeah. So this comes down to exploring sexual desires. Do you think sexual desires change over time? Because we're still on the same topic here. So the sexual desire you had when you were in high school and the raging hormones that women both have versus now. And like you said before in previous conversations, the sex drive tends to die down. So even though what you're saying is all right in theory, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. With the sexual drive and arousal being on a downtrend, how can you still bring the spark back? Like, this is all right, but if your body is not attracted or is not bringing that up, how? How can this spark come back? Because you need that desire to fuel the spark. But if there's no desire here, how does it work?
You have to start with yourself first. I think the desire comes from that individual. So even if your partner is not engaging sexually with you, it's important that you engage with yourself sexually. So self-play is important. Connect with your body and soul. Feel that. And it shouldn't be made into something that's dirty or inappropriate. It is a natural thing for human beings to feel their bodies and engage in that activity. Get yourself going first. When it comes to your partner, I mean, it depends also with ages. I mean, women in their 40s,
yes,
their sexual peak is at that point.
Yeah.
Men in their 20s, 30s, that's their sexual peak.
That's their sexual peak?
That's right. So imagine a man who is 45 and a woman who's 42.
Right.
There's going to be a difference there. That woman is in her height. That man is unfortunately not. So how do we make that work? Most likely what's going to happen is that woman is going to be engaging and flirting more and actually initiating sex more than that man will. Because in his 40s, 45, 46, he's focusing on work. I'm tired. I'm not into it. So yeah, it's difficult, unfortunately, but you have to find a way to engage with your partner, understand what you need to do to make that sexual connection come back.
Going back to what you said earlier about focusing on yourself and, this starts with the self before the other. This starts with the self. Now, talking about the self, let's talk about masturbation. Okay? Is masturbation something to be ashamed of?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
It's the purest love you can give yourself. It's you with yourself only in that moment when you get to release. Imagine when you're releasing that energy, you can feel that pulsing. You can hold your body, love yourself fully in your own space. In that moment, you can manifest, you can breathe. You probably take a nap and you're in just a Zen mode. It is the most beautiful thing you can do for yourself. When you look at research, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm telling you, I've Googled this, children in the womb masturbate. They touch their own bodies.
Really?
In the womb.
In the womb?
In the womb.
Both men and women, both male and female?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You can actually find videos of children holding their own genitalia. And I'm not saying they're masturbating like adults do, but I'm saying they're holding on to the parts of their bodies. It's our chakras. They're all connected. So they're holding on to something because the energy field in that area is so powerful, and they know it. We know it from little beings in the womb. So as adults, why is it such a shameful thing to do?
Interesting.
It's not. Someone told us it's shameful. Someone told us it's dirty.
And as an individual coming from the nation Poland, the country Poland, it's really intriguing to see someone like you, a Polish woman, speaking out like this, because Poland is a very conservative Catholic nation. I'm curious to know, how did you break through? How did you come up with this? What inspired you to speak out?
That's such a good question. What inspired me? Well, my parents are strict, but they've always known that I'm just very different.
Yeah.
And I've always asked the hard questions. I've always gone out and made sure that they feel a little bit uncomfortable. For me, I look at a lot of women in Poland and my friends who are Polish, and they're so closed and they don't want to talk about anything. So for me, I don't know, I'm just a rebel. So I decided it's okay, I'm going to ask the question. I want to understand you. Why do you feel that it's such a shameful thing? Or why don't you want to talk about it? I feel, even though Poland is such a Catholic country, I don't think it determines the fact whether people are sexual or not. I think you can be Catholic and be sexual. Do they speak about it? Probably not.
You can be Catholic, you're still a human, you're still breathing air, you still have desires,
100%.
You still have hormones.
You have.
You know, you're not like a non-human as soon as you enter Catholicism.
No.
As soon as you're baptized doesn't mean you're not human. No.
No.
And I think one of the reasons is, I think from my own perspective on this, is that our upbringing is not designed to, or our upbringing has not included this conversation between parents and children.
Most parents don't want to talk about this.
They don't talk about this because their parents didn't talk about it, and their grandparents and their parents, they don't talk about this stuff.
Well, do you remember the first time your parents ever talked to you about sexuality or anything? Hormones, growing up?
No.
Do you remember that conversation?
No.
No. I mean, I remember mine. It was very quick. This was going to happen, and yeah, good luck.
Wow.
And that's it. Figure it out. And so you're really stuck in the unknown, and you're depending on your friends, your peers.
True.
Or exterior things to show you what it's going to be like. But it's a lie. That's not how it is. From your peers can tell you one thing, the internet will tell you another thing. I mean, when I was growing up, we had no internet. So it's all about what our friends were telling us. But my experience and their experience is very different.
True. I think one of the other things about why masturbation is not a very open topic is that there are comments associated with, oh, it's disgusting, or, you know, keep your material to yourself, you know, mind your own business. It's associated with making yourself lower for some reason, because you have to masturbate in order to feel a certain feeling, or you can't have sex with an actual real person. And that's one perspective on why masturbation is seen as a low thing to do.
But there's a lot of people who actually masturbate in front of their partners, and the other partner gets aroused by watching that.
That's a kink.
So think about it. It's a kink.
It's a kink.
So why is it such a bad thing? If you can watch your partner pleasure themselves and be so comfortable in front of you, like imagine that. They're comfortable enough to pleasure themselves as you're watching. How is that a bad thing? That is the most beautiful thing. That person has surrendered. They truly surrendered in all forms, allowing you in their space so you can watch them release.
Yes.
I'm like, that is fucking power.
Yeah.
That is power.
Now, going back to the upbringing thing, what would you do? This is just a hypothetical scenario. I'm going to put you on the spot. You ready?
Sure.
What would you do if you walked in the room and you caught your children masturbating? What would you do?
Nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I would not shame them. I would not discuss it. I would just leave the room and let them be. To be honest, I'm a mother of two, two girls. And I talk to my kids about everything. Wow. So I make sure they understand that their bodies are sacred. What they feel and their urges is completely natural. There's no shame there. It's not disgusting in any way. My kids see me the way I am, and I'm very open, and they ask me everything. So, no, I would never shame my kids if I saw them masturbating.
Wow.
Absolutely not.
It's beautiful.
I would just leave it and be respectful enough. And, you know, now they're 10 and 13, so I respect the fact that if the door is closed, I will knock and make sure that they're comfortable with me walking in, whether they're changing, sleeping, whatever it is. I respect their boundaries. If they have questions, I will answer them fully with no shame whatsoever. It's all beautiful.
It's great. It's really open and transparent. And they can come to you anytime for advice.
Anytime. I mean, whatever questions they have, and I'm going to answer them based on what their ages are. I have to be appropriate with that. But there's questions I've been asked by my kids, and I sometimes wonder how I'm going to answer this. And I answer them pretty clear, and they get it. They understand it. Because I'm not lying to them. They can see that I'm authentic about it. I'm actually guiding them in a healthy way so they can see their bodies as a positive vessel. There's no shame in anything that you're doing or how you feel towards yourself.
Right. Interesting. Is there, now when it comes to, last question on this topic before we move on, is there a difference between healthy masturbation and unhealthy masturbation?
Absolutely. I think so.
Why so? And what are the differences?
So healthy masturbation is with intent. So you're masturbating with the intent of releasing. But you're actually feeling the desire to release, manifest, hold yourself in that spot, in that space. That whatever, 5, 10, 30 minutes is you and your body. The unhealthy masturbation, I feel it's porn addiction. Where people are masturbating to fill a void. They're watching pornography and then they masturbate and it's just a quick release.
It's so quick, yeah.
And it has nothing to do with you and your body connecting. It is the quick satisfaction of watching porn, masturbate, I'm done.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with porn, but I think if a person is actually focusing on masturbating to release with an intent, it's a different feeling. It's a different way of exploring your body.
I like to see porn as something that you try out, just like with drugs. You try out drugs, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you know your kinks, you know what aren't your kinks. Temporarily, try all the stuff you want to look at when you're early in your horny age, which is like 13, 14, 15, 16.
You think, wait, hold on. You think 13-year-olds are watching pornography? They are?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Trust me. Not speaking from experience, of course.
I was going to ask you, did you?
But let me just say this. It's not meant to be a long-term thing because you're meant to explore yourself, and then the real pleasure, the real connecting with yourself is away from the porn. You know what your kinks are. It's in the mind now. You know what you like. You know what you don't like. It's all in there.
That's right.
Now you need to focus on bringing that without the need of looking at porn, without the need of relying on this fake theatrical,
that's right,
screenplay, and focus on your mind only. And the result is like 10 times
way better. So imagine your imagination, you close your eyes and you're in your bed and you're about to fulfill yourself. Now your imagination is creating this euphoria in your mind.
Yes. And
you're thinking it over and over. You're imagining it with your eyes closed. You can smell it. You can listen to music that brings you back to a moment. And now you're pleasuring yourself. That is way, way better of an orgasm than watching pornography.
It is a better alternative than porn, but here's the catch. When you watch too much porn, and even if you stop, there's still an effect that it can have on the mind when you're having sex. For example, you need to be back in that space with music on, with this, with that, all these things on in order to orgasm. But if you don't have this and you're with your partner, you're with your spouse, oh, I'm not in my comfort zone anymore. I'm with a lady I just met, and I'm taking her home. And now from a guy's perspective, he's probably worried that he can't last. He's probably worried, I won't satisfy her. That's the thing that we don't talk about because, oh, I've got high expectations. She's got high expectations of me. I need to deliver. And what if I don't? And what if this? And what if that? And what if? And then there's the result is that, oh, you didn't satisfy her. And that becomes a memory in the mind that it failed last time. And then you end up not doing it, not trying out. And then maybe could be the beginning of why people don't talk about this stuff, because they don't want to reveal the weakness.
But it happens all the time. So for men, I feel like it's more difficult.
Way more
and
difficult.
I have so much compassion for you guys,
Thank
because a man will be aroused and he's in the moment, he's ready to go, and then it doesn't work. And suddenly it's not gonna happen. So now the guy's like, oh my God, I'm gonna fail her and I failed myself. Come on, guy, wake up. But it's not happening. Men's minds are so powerful. Even though women overthink and we are connected with mind and our bodies and all of it, I feel like men are way more connected to their genitals and their sexual experience. You guys overthink everything.
True.
It's
We're
like you're
such overthinkers.
100%. You enter into a room with the woman that you have, and now you're thinking, I'm going to do everything I want to her, and now it's not working. So this is not going to happen. A woman just like, hey, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Like, go for it.
I'm just ready.
Spread my legs, baby.
Come on. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
And a man will be like, I can't.
Shit.
I can't. And even if he does, he might last 1 minute.
Uh,
And it's sad, but it's the reality.
But I think there are some ways around this, which is, okay, when you're not so close with the person, you don't know the person, there's like these high expectations of having to deliver, and you get nervous before an interview, for example. A job interview, you don't know who the person is, right?
True.
I don't know what to expect. Am I going to get the job? Am I going to get fired? Am I not? Whatever. But if you know this person already, you've failed with this person, you've had successes, you've had peaks and troughs.
Are you going to have the most amazing sex?
The most amazing sex.
Yes. Because you've
Without fail, because you don't fear.
There's no fear.
There's no fear.
So once your partner figures you out and you've gone through these moments of, okay, so you can't get up, or you've gone quicker, I don't know what it is, but you understand that man, has his things in his mind.
Yep.
But once you go over those obstacles and you understand each other's bodies, what happens is you learn quickly how to figure each other out, and your sex will be mind-blowing. One-night stands are not a good thing for anybody.
No.
How much are you going to learn about that person in a one-night stand? Think about it. I think most one-night stands are a failure. Most people don't enjoy them. I really don't think so. From me asking questions, most people say no.
Yeah. And I think as well, because it's unclassy, from my perspective, it's unclassy. It's sweaty, it's right from the club. You're drenched in sweat. I don't want you to meet me. I want you to meet me in my peak, when I'm good, when I'm just showered, whatever. Not when right off the club and we go home and I'm sweating, and I don't want you to see me this way. That's my perspective. Maybe because I have high standards for myself, because I'm not an easy catch, But that's my perspective. Some guys don't care. Like, you've just got to put it in and do it, finish the job.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't agree with that. I think that's, again, if you want long term, that's different to short term.
Well, it shouldn't be a chore. It shouldn't be just a job, a
Exactly.
transaction. If you're gonna do that, at least have some kind of intent with it.
Right.
You're transferring energy with that person that you just met, whether it's a one-night stand or not. What if that partner is going to be your potential life partner? You don't know that. So whether you both choose to have a one-night stand and then continue it or not, make that experience something valuable.
Valuable, yeah.
It shouldn't just be just an exchange.
No.
No.
Really nice. Let's move on to another topic. This one is on kinks.
I love it.
Me too. I love this topic because we all have them.
Everyone has them, and they don't want to talk about it.
They don't want to talk about this.
They don't want to talk about
Okay,
it.
masturbation is a small topic.
So small.
This,
I can't
nobody wants to talk about for
Oh,
sure.
I'm going to talk about it.
Okay, what role does kinks play in attracting a sexually healthy relationship?
Well, first of all, honesty has to be there.
Okay.
I think two individuals have to sit down with each other and just have an open conversation.
Non-judgmental. You're going to tell me your
Non-judgmental.
kinks. I'm going to tell you my kinks.
That's right. But no
Lay it all
judgment.
out on the cards.
Lay it all out.
Okay.
From there, the two individuals will have to decide, okay, I can handle that, I can't handle that.
Okay.
You know, do a fun game. Put on a little paper, write little things in a jar and put it in there with your kinks that you're comfortable with and have fun. Whatever it is. During a Friday, Saturday night, pick a kink. And then both of you know you're comfortable with those because you've already talked about it. And have fun with that. Take them out and enjoy those kinks. Try them out slowly. And there's a lot of kinks.
Yeah.
A lot.
There's a library.
Huge. Are you going to discuss those?
I'm not going to discuss all of them. I'm not going to solve, but what is it? Let's talk a bit about pain. What is it about pain that sexually arouses people? Why pain? For example, spanking.
Okay. So I think pain arouses people because when you get spanked, it's the feeling. You feel it in your skin and your cells.
But that's pain. You feel pain. There's a red mark. I'm playing devil's advocate, by the way.
Yes, there's a red mark, but it reminds you of the euphoria that you experienced as it happened. So if it leaves a mark or a bruise and you see it the next day, then it's a flashback of, I felt that. And your mind goes back to that moment. And then you get aroused again, even though your partner's not in front of you. But you get arousal because you're like, wow, I remember what that felt like. I mean...
Okay, I can see what you're saying.
A spank is a bad thing. I mean, as kids, when you're spanked,
Yes.
you're like, oh my God, I got hurt.
I got hurt.
And you remember that forever.
Yes, I was hit when I was a child, yeah.
That's right. As adults, when you get spanked, this sounds so funny. Okay. Okay, so wait. When a woman gets spanked by her spouse, partner, there's a dominance from him.
That is
so she's submissive to him.
That's true.
So he spanks her, allows her to know that you're mine. That brings euphoria to that woman.
Right.
Because now she gets to relax in her feminine. And she's allowing this man, her partner, to spank her. I mean, a lot of people use words, you know, they say things to arouse the mind. But that spanking is just a form of letting that woman know, you're mine, you're gonna feel that burn, and tomorrow you're gonna remember me, and you are mine. And that's arousing to a lot of women, whether they say it or not.
Okay.
So pain is good.
Pain is good.
Good pain is good. I mean, have boundaries.
Yeah, of course.
There's always boundaries with everything.
Things like within the category of pain, and spanking is not the only form. There's biting the neck. What else? There's pinching, groping, of course, consensually. But I think as well the stimulant that comes out of it, like right after the back of being hit, is like, I'm really feeling in this moment. You can't be distracted when you're spanked. You're really in the moment.
Well, yeah, your brain has like a euphoria, like you feel the pain.
You feel the pain.
It goes into your cells, into your brain.
This
and
could be a really good way, a good method of, if you know yourself, your mind, you know that I get distracted easily and I think of porn while I'm having sex. Then the spanking is like, hey, wake up. You're in this with me. You're not sleeping with any other woman. You're with me here.
That's right. It's a form of control.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful way of making your partner understand you're mine.
Yeah.
With that simple spank or hair pulling or a little bit of a bite. It's just a little quick reminder of I'm in control and you're mine. And when your partner is comfortable with you, what they're going to do is going to say, yeah, definitely, I'm yours. You can do whatever you want. Pull it, smack it, bite it. And you can see it in their reaction. Mm-hmm. If a partner's not comfortable, then obviously don't do it. And you'll know it very quickly. Mm-hmm. Not everyone's interested in having to be spanked or bitten or their hair pulled. But you have to, again, be comfortable and communicate with your spouse, your partner, and understand their kinks, the level of what they can endure. Because spanking is so simple, but there's so much more you can do. Mm. So much more.
Now, so we talked masturbation, we talked kinks. The next topic, which is still related, is sex toys. Okay? Sex toys. Let's talk about sex toys.
Okay.
Because now sex toys leads to another controversial topic of now relying on sex toys. A beautiful title would be the intersection of technology and sexual intimacy. Because you're using technological toys. But then when you're using that, and oh, it was such a good result last time, let's do it again, and again, and again. Bring the dildo. Bring that again. Bring that again. Hey, what about my dick? You're not going to use my dick anymore?
Yeah.
Does that kill? Do sexual toys kill real, authentic sex?
In my personal opinion, they can.
They can, right?
Absolutely. So a lot of women use toys that satisfy their clitoris. So if a toy can get a woman off in 3 minutes, it's going to take a man 30 minutes. So
30 beautiful minutes.
30 beautiful minutes, but that woman is waiting in anticipation to get off because she's used to her toy that does it in 3 minutes. So now that toy has taken over, and yeah.
But it's not a time race, is it?
It's not.
I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you.
It's not a time race. What it is the satisfaction. I want it quick. I want it now.
But I don't want it quick.
Right. So women.
I'm challenging you.
Okay, so women will use their toy, and then when they're with a man and he's taking too long, they're like, oh my God, my toy does it so quick.
You're going to kill my I'm never going to do that. You're going to kill every man's desire to even try.
Listen, I didn't create the toys. By the way, the Satisfier is the best toy ever.
Do not listen to that. Do not. Okay, on the one hand, it does the job. True.
It does the job.
But on the other, does it kill the feeling? Or not kill the intimacy?
I think it depends. I think if you have an open conversation with your partner and say, listen, I want to use my toy today as you're penetrating me.
Or leave
Can we do that?
Or leave the toy at the end. Because you've done it for 30 minutes.
That's right.
Right at the end, okay, I'm ready to come.
Listen, if your partner likes to go down on you,
yeah.
I'm saying if a man likes to go down on a woman and he wants to take his time, allow him.
Okay.
Allow him, because that gives him pleasure.
Right.
I mean, if he can't satisfy her, that's okay. There should be no judgment behind that. But then the partner can say, all right, I love this. Can we have more fun? And at the end, I'm going to use my toy. You can observe. Mm-hmm. He's still going to get aroused because he's watching her having an orgasm. It's going to happen regardless because they're having penetration, they're having fun. There's foreplay, there's intimacy. So...
Okay, I believe in this hybrid approach. Like what you just said there, it was a hybrid. So you still use the toys, but you use it at the end.
Use it at the end. Use it together.
Because that's the ending. It's the outro.
It shouldn't be used in a way where it's a negative. It should be something that both of you understand that it's just part of the sexual play.
To close the chapter.
Correct.
Right? All
it's
this
nothing
has
to
to have a
shame
close.
you that you didn't accomplish the orgasm.
Right.
I love that you're down there. I love that you had your time and enjoyed my body. But now I want to release in my way because I'm comfortable with that. And that's okay. If the partner's confident, he's going to understand it. He's not going to take into like, wait, hold on a minute. So I'm not a good of a guy. I can't give you what... No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, I love you. I love what you're doing. But let's have fun.
Let's have fun exploring.
That's right. Watch me do this. So you can still be present. You can still be in my space. So toys can ruin it if they're not used the proper way. Again, communication is key.
Okay.
when it comes to things that penetrate a woman, I don't know. I say no, don't use those.
Now, in the same breath of let's try new things, explore kinks, explore this, explore that, in the spectrum of anal sex, is anal sex unnatural? Were we meant to do anal sex as human beings, born on this earth?
I think so, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? As opposed to real, authentic sex. When I say real, I mean a man and a woman.
So real sex was, this whole authentic was designed by what? Religion?
Probably.
That you're having sex to procreate.
Not necessarily religion. The procreation.
It's just to procreate.
But procreation exists outside of religion. It's biology. It's biology. It's science.
Okay, but then when you come and look at sex itself, is it always to create a life? No. It's to explore. It's to feel sensations. So when you look at a woman's body, yes, we have the vagina. And then we have our other parts. Both have sensations. Men also get sexually aroused when they are being stimulated through anal. This is how you see, gay couples, obviously. But even in men and women partnerships, a woman can pleasure her man and she can pleasure him through his rectum.
But then, again, I'm challenging you. That's called masturbation. That's not called sex. That's called masturbation.
And why is that?
Because sex is the entering of the penis and the vagina. That's what sex means. If you say sex, I want to fuck you, that means I want to enter my penis in you. Okay, we don't know which hole, but generally it's taught. Okay, it's taught in schools that sex means the penis enters the vagina. If the penis does not enter the vagina, everything else falls into the category of masturbation.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
That's an argument, but it's a deplorable argument.
So if you have two people engaging in a sexual act and the man's penis goes in the woman's
vagina,
or the other one,
then it's anal sex.
It's still anal sex.
Yeah.
You're still penetrating.
Yeah, that is.
There's still pleasure there, and it's a different euphoria. It's not masturbation. You just both are consensual and you're enjoying that moment.
Okay. Yeah, I was just playing devil's advocate. It is another thought, but it's debatable.
I mean, a lot of people don't want anal sex because they think of it as a dirty act.
And unnatural.
And unnatural, 100%.
Because it wasn't. I don't know. It would define natural. That's another rabbit hole.
What is natural, anyways? And who's telling us what is natural and what is not?
What is that means we're gonna.
Who made that definition?
Who made the textbooks at schools?
I don't know.
Yeah. Who made the syllabuses? Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to modern challenges and trends. Okay. In this world today, 2025. God, we're already 2025. How has the rise of feminism affected how women and men approach sex and intimacy in this modern day of age? Like you said to me that women want to be controlled. In the context of feminism, which is in line with feminism, yeah, I'm independent, I'm this, I'm that. But they want to be controlled, or they want to control the man. I don't get it. So I don't get how feminism works. Because if you want to be independent and do everything, why do they still want to be controlled?
It's the best feeling ever.
Uh-huh.
So it's not about being controlled. I think a woman can be independent and powerful on her own.
Right.
But she does desire a man who can take the lead.
Yes.
And with that means he's going to be, I'm not saying controlling in a negative way. I'm saying a man who leads you and understands you.
Yeah.
He sees you fully. And so that woman then releases and relaxes. So she can be dominant, but she wants to be feminine. We all want to be feminine.
Yeah, of course.
A man that is assertive and he's a leader and, takes your hand, knows how to grab you, pick you up and kiss you. Oh my God. That just it's the best feeling ever. It doesn't matter if you're, 50, 20 years old. It doesn't matter. A woman wants a man to just take her and make her feel like she's the most gentle thing in the world. And so that it's not control. It's a healthy dominance. It's a man taking the lead and guiding, providing in many ways. I find that women who are very masculine, they've been stuck there for a reason. They haven't felt a man around them that takes the lead, that knows what she needs by just observing her. And I'm not saying pay your bills and all that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying a woman who's stuck in the masculine, she feels like she always has to be one step ahead. She's got to figure out for herself because she doesn't trust another man or any man to actually help her. And she doesn't want to ask for the help. But the minute that woman actually finds a man who's bold enough to be like, no, I see you, I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to take the lead. And she allows him, watch her. She's going to literally go into mush, like a little jello. And she's going to be so soft with him. She's going to become more sexual with him, more open with him, relaxed. So it's not control. It's the dominance of a man that is powerful in his essence. And he's so confident that he can provide for her on all levels, emotionally, spiritually. I'm not saying financially. That's a huge, big topic everyone talks about. It's not about finances. It's about the emotional support.
This is all very good, and I believe what everything you're saying. But I think on the outside, because this is post-dating, post-bedroom. But before you're even in the bedroom, if a woman naturally says, I don't need a man, I don't need this, I'm independent, I'm that, then it kills the man's desire to even chase.
She's not going to even attract the man.
She's not even going to attract
She's
the man.
not going to attract that man.
That's how feminism is portraying itself to be.
But it was designed this way for a reason. Feminism came into the world for a reason. They want to disconnect the male and woman. Like it's designed in a way where women feel they don't need men and men are just men. And we don't need men because they're all toxic. That's not true. Men are not toxic. Men are so needed. Women who understand this, they value men. They long for a good man, like a good man. There's so many days when I sit back and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had a partner. Like a man that just knows what I need. And I don't want to be myself and a boss all the time. I want to let go.
And they don't open up about this stuff. They want to, on the face of it, they're all showing about how I'm a boss lady. I got this. I purchased my own handbag.
It's all a lie. It's beautiful. I'm very happy for them.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Be independent. But go a little
deep down,
bit.
yeah.
They all want that.
Let the guard down.
Let the guard down. They all want a man to
swipe them off the feet. Sweep them off the feet.
100%. Every woman desires that. But we've been conditioned to believe that that's not what women want. And that's not true. The whole family dynamic has been broken apart. Think about it. Women are told that they have to work 9 to 5. A man's going to work 9 to 5. Your kids are going to go to daycare. Beautiful. Where's the family unit? There is no family unit. Now, if you have a woman at home and she's cooking, providing for the family, raising kids, that man comes home, that woman hugs him, kisses him as he walks in. It's like a little fairy tale.
Oh, yes.
And it's beautiful. He's going to take care of her. She's going to take care of him. She's going to nurture him. He's going to walk into the house and smell the food, see her laughter, see her beautiful feminine body. And he's going to walk in and relax after a day of work because he's the man. And she knows that's her man.
Yeah.
There's just something about it.
And I think why this has occurred is it's to do with the economy as well. The economy, rising house prices have gone up through the roof. Interest levels are at its highest. Cost of living is highest. So men and women are naturally having to pull more resources together just to save up for a place. It's not that, hey, I chose this. It's more like the cost is the cost of living here. I afford this much. You want this place, I want this place. We both have to put in the money in order to live this life that we want. Otherwise, we don't live here. We live in separate places. One bedroom, as opposed to a 2 or 3 bedroom, and we can have kids and whatever. It's also to do with the economy. I think the economy has affected our ability to be more intimate because now it's like rat race. Yeah. I need to be independent. I need to be successful so that I can live and survive. Forget men. Dating is a privilege. I need to survive on my 2 feet first.
That's right.
Because no one's out there for you. You're
out
there for yourself. You're not even your family.
I know.
Not even your family.
I know.
Sorry for my passion. So I think that's another. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's another perspective because I like to bring in different debates. And this debate is about the economy means you have to work your ass off before you can even date.
100%.
Even as a man, I need to be funny. I need to be ripped. I need to look good. I need to have a good physique. This is all luxury.
There's a lot of expectations.
There's a lot of luxury stuff. Before any of this, you need to have a place that you can afford rent for. You need to have food in your stomach. Mm-hmm. Then you can go to the gym. Then you can look like a jock. Then you can get nice white teeth. Then you can dress up nicely. Then you can date.
Yes.
The same for a woman. Hey, I just graduated. I don't know anything. I need to work on myself first before I can date a man. And then this constant thing of I need to work on myself. I need to work on myself. Work on myself. Work on myself. Work on myself. I'm now this age, and all this time, I've missed out on opportunities to do dates with others because the economy didn't let me.
That's right.
But
the system's been designed this way. Yeah. On purpose. Yeah. It's to disconnect the man and the woman from each other. Mm. They don't want us to be connected. They know how powerful a man and a woman are together. Mm. They know that.
But taxes are more important.
Right.
I really like this. I want to not move on, but I want to say another thing about dating culture and hookup culture. Mm-hmm. That's within the topic of modern challenges and trends. In your opinion, how do you think dating culture and hookup apps, modern hookup apps, have affected how people approach sex and intimacy?
Dating apps? I think most dating apps are... It's like a fake resume. A lot of people are claiming to want a relationship, but they don't. They just want to quickly meet somebody and have an exchange, and that's it. Unfortunately, the new generation is all about hookup culture. I'm not sure why that happened and how it happened. I think people have forgotten what it's like to go and actually meet people one-on-one, whether it's at a restaurant, a bar, friends' parties, and actually engage with that individual. See how their energy is, their aura, how you're laughing, and,
Vibrations.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like this whole websites, dating sites. It's not beneficial to anybody.
Yeah.
It's very fake.
It's really killing the intimacy. You
All
just
of it.
sit back on your couch and just swipe right, left, right, left.
Right, left, and then you text for 2 weeks. And you think you're having a nice, meaningful conversation, and you guys are engaging, and it's beautiful. It's a relationship now, but it's not, because guess what? That man is probably talking to 5 other women. And maybe the woman is also talking to 5 other men. So unless a person takes the initiative to make the effort to meet with you directly and like really wants to meet you, it's just fun and games. It's like being on Instagram and TikTok. You're just swiping. You're just looking through things. It's a waste of time.
Right.
No. Have you been on dating sites?
Of course. I'm sure we've all tried it out. I mean, I have, and it didn't last long. I was like, you know what? I've got things to do. I've got things to run and business to complete. I can't be wasting my time swiping left and right.
No.
I'm out all the time, meeting people. But what separates meeting people and colleagues from meeting real people that I feel I would like to invite to my life is the vibration, the energy, the text messages, the sending, you can only feel it.
You have to feel the energy of that
but
individual.
Only you can know. It's just an intuition. Like, I know I feel this way. I don't want to waste this. So I'm going to try. I'm going to make a risk, maybe make a fool of myself by trying out this line or walking up to her and trying something out. But hey, you did the work.
It might or might not work, but you did it.
You got off your butt and you did it.
It's way better than swiping left and right.
And not even trying.
No.
Yeah.
So. Way better.
Wow. Cuddles. Are there some days that couples should... so sex, you talk very, very bullish on sex. You're very pro-sex. But are there some days that sex should be reserved for another day and then cuddles can replace it? Because if you're having sex every time, could it also make it boring?
No, we
No.
cannot make it boring.
Sex is never boring.
I don't think so. Whether it's a quickie in the morning or a long fun time at nighttime, I don't know, but it should not.
Where does cuddles come into this? After sex? Before bed? Before sleeping?
After the whole shenanigans, yeah.
Okay.
That's when cuddles should come and play. That's when you kind of just connect together.
Right.
And you're just both relaxed.
And breathe.
And you breathe and you're actually going to go into your sleep mode.
Yeah.
And you embrace each other. And
What I'm calling out is that right after sex, you move on. Like you go to your work, you dress up, you're wearing clothes again, and you're now getting on with your day.
And you're speaking of morning sex then?
No, I'm saying in general, any sex should not have this. Any sex should be followed by spooning. That's my personal opinion.
I agree with you.
But then there's time. There's like, I've got this to do. I've got meetings. I've got this. I've this call. I've got notifications. And it kills the ability to be intimate because, oh, we can only do this for 5 minutes and I've got to go.
You're right. I think part of the intimacy is after the fact.
Yeah.
So you've done the act.
You've done the act.
But the intimacy keeps going and you really connect further when you're cuddling.
Exactly.
Because now both of you are falling asleep. You're just zen.
Yes.
So yes, I agree with you on that.
Yes.
Again, when it's a transaction like that, where it's just, okay, let's just have sex and I'm going to go and you do you, there's something missing there.
Yeah.
And both people feel it.
100%. No matter
100%.
how cold of a soldier you call yourself.
It doesn't matter. You both feel that it was just like a transaction.
Everybody wants a sense. Everybody has a sense of belonging and feel connected.
100%. I think the cuddles is almost that sensual softness where it just makes you feel more safe,
Loved. Yeah.
more loved, and connected to your partner. You don't feel like you're just being used.
No.
And I don't want to use that word, but I mean,
I know what you mean.
do you know what I'm saying?
I know
when
what you
it's a
mean.
quick transaction, then you feel like, I was just used, now he's off. That's
Side
great.
question here for you. Are you a big spoon or small spoon?
I'm a small spoon.
You're a small spoon? You like to feel little and safe
Yes.
and cuddled? Yes?
Yes, I want to be the small spoon.
Okay, fair enough. Nice, nice. Side question here, because we've asked all the main questions. But just out of curiosity, it's good to get a woman's perspective on this. Are circumcised penises better than non-circumcised penises?
Okay, so if I'm going to be really open and blunt, I've never seen a circumcised penis.
Actually? Never?
No,
Fair
I
enough.
have not. So,
Okay.
so there's a sleeping bag and no sleeping bag.
That's one way to put it, isn't it? Okay, but there is a difference.
Is there?
Is there? I mean, you should know. You should know. You should know.
I've never seen a circumcised penis, so I don't know.
But anyway, the foreskin goes away when it's hard.
That's right. When a man is aroused, there's no skin.
There's no skin.
No, you see everything. It's like a shiitake mushroom.
I'm never gonna eat shiitake mushrooms or see shiitake mushrooms the same way. But okay. Wow, this has been one very, very interesting conversation.
Listen, yeah, I know.
I really want to say, like, this is, I think it's really great that you're brave to here today to talk about this. You're from Poland.
Mm-hmm.
You come from a very conservative nation, and you've come here to talk about something that I think is very valuable to the audience. And you doing that today, I think you've helped a lot of people.
I hope so. I feel like a lot of people are struggling internally and they don't want to talk about things, and they.
And I think it's also right that you called out some aspects of feminism that, you know, women want to be controlled. Women want their independence, sure, but they also want that a man to lead.
They do. I'm gonna say 100%. Women want to have a man that's gonna lead. They want to let go and know that he's gonna take care of it. He's gonna see what needs to be done, and he's gonna understand that he needs to do it. When a woman sees that, I'm telling you, she's gonna give that man everything, because she feels safe in his presence. That he's a leader, a provider, secure, strong man.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about finances again. I'm talking about security. It's emotional, physical. It's like on a soul level. The only time a woman really lets go of her, all of it, is when she sees a man that's gonna take care of it. And she senses that. And it's so important. And the women who say they don't want it, they're lying.
They're lying.
They're so lying. The world has convinced them that, oh my God, I don't need them. Yes, you do. You deep down.
We all need each other.
A man wants a feminine woman.
True.
When a man comes home, what is he thinking about? Do I want a woman that's going to be like, bro, and nagging on you? No. You want a beautiful, or whatever, a sensual, feminine female that's going to be like, hey, babe, laughing, giggling, takes your hand.
I know.
Kisses you. Like, she smells good. She's just soft.
Yeah.
You know, she'll cook with you. And
Is that fairy tale like?
No.
It
It's
really
real.
exists.
Yes, it exists. You don't think it exists?
No. The reason in this day and age where everyone's like, I need to focus on my career, the rat race, it's hard. It's hard to find that.
But you have to find balance in everything.
Yes.
Life is all about balance. So you can have your career and all of that.
But women also say, I don't want to. What if my man doesn't work out? They need to have a backup plan. And their backup plan is, I need to be independent. And that's also what's killing intimacy. The idea of, I need to have a safety net in case this divorces happen. What if this doesn't work out? Where's my money? Where's the money in the bank? What's going to pay my bills? You know, what's going to make me happy? And I think because of that, it's like, I have my things, you have your things, but we still have we can be together, but there's still that dark, private space that isn't talked about what could be my backup, who could I date otherwise, who could I run to if my man doesn't work out, and who would provide for me, who's an alternative provider for me that I could have a safety net. And that is also what kills it. But if you are, let's say in an ideal world, I don't need any backups. I know you with conviction that you have got my back.
I was going to say, if a person is thinking about a backup already, peace out.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
But then when it comes to prenups, what's your view on that? Because that's a backup right there.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you from my perspective, because I was married, okay?
Do you want to talk about this? You don't have to.
We can. I'm okay with that.
You're okay with this?
100%.
Okay.
So I was married, and going through a divorce, I've learned that, prenups are saving you from the headaches.
It's a backup.
It's a backup, but it's actually a smart way to deal with things, because when you're going through a divorce, you're not divorcing your spouse. You're divorcing the government. You're literally breaking up your assets, your debts, your savings, pension, RSPs. I can keep going. You're literally dividing everything, and they want to know what you're dividing. He has to provide, and you have to provide. So it's not you and your spouse divorcing. You're divorcing everything that you've built together. You're breaking it into two. So now imagine you have a prenup when you're getting married. You come in with 500,000 and I'm going to come in with 100,000. It's not fair that I'm going to take your 500,000 when we leave. That's not fair. You worked hard for that. Sure, I'm going to be entitled to spousal child support.
Yeah.
But not the whole 500,000, depending obviously on my income and what I'm doing in my life. Again, I think prenups are a smart thing to do for everybody, especially if you're someone who's successful.
Yes.
100%. And if you bring up a prenup to your spouse and they say no, red flag.
Red flag.
100%.
Okay.
Because think about it. We all have debts. We all have assets. Do you want to really break that apart and deal with courts? Lawyers are going to take your money, most of it. Judges don't care. They're going to prolong the process 3, 4, 5 years.
Of course.
What's the issue? If you have a prenup, it's all said and done with a lawyer. You both have discussed this prior. It's finished. If your marriage fails, and they all fail, majority of them fail, at least you're both on a neutral level, and there's respect there. You do you, I do me. I came in with this, you came in with that. Nice. There's no arguing.
Yeah.
It's so quick.
Yeah.
So prenups are a good thing. Yeah.
Another ideal way is to divorce and not have to split anything. Like, you go your way, I go my way, and it's fine.
It doesn't work like that.
But it doesn't really work that way, right?
No, because what happens is when people start arguing during divorces, one person's like, yeah, I'm good with that. The other one's like, you know what? No, I change my mind.
Ego.
I'm going to go after you now.
Ego.
Again, that's right. So they're like, wait, I want to know what you're making. Where are you
Shit.
working? And now they're going to investigate everything you're doing. No, it's real life.
I know.
So no,
I know.
No, a prenup is a really good way to go. Yeah, if you want to save yourself headaches.
Do you think there's still hope in this world for what we just spoke about in terms of being able to communicate? Do you think there's any hope in the world?
Between men and women?
Yeah. Not just that. In this day and age with modern things happening, for example, the rat race, cultural dating on apps, using apps to date, after everything we just spoke about, feminism, the rise of feminism, I don't need a man. Is this really still the time to be able to achieve this? Like the ability to achieve Zen, the ability to achieve, like let's be real. Let's be real. Did what you said just now and what we said just now only apply to our parents' generations and not our generation? That's the real question that today's generations are going to ask.
Is there still hope?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's always hope.
There's always hope.
Always.
It's all about the vibration.
It's all about the vibration and your perspective and healthy communication.
Okay.
I find you attract what you bring out. So if you're a person that wants to find true love and a good partner, you're going to attract them. And again, you have to communicate what you want. If your communication sucks, it's not going to work.
Even in a world with dating apps, even in a world with rat race, I need to stand on my own 2 feet.
Yes.
Okay. I love that.
Yes. You have to balance it.
Okay.
Because you can be driven, your partner can be driven. You both have careers. But you come home to each other. And what happens? You both let go of that. She lets go of that. And you come together at home.
Yes.
And what do? You cook, you dance, you laugh. You create together your own atmosphere, your own bubble. Your work
world.
is your other bubble.
Yes.
But your home life is your bubble with that person. So yes, it's possible.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
And people who don't believe it, well, then they don't want it. So you have to work for it.
Okay. We'll end on that positive note. But Paulina, you've been a superstar, being so brave here today. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for really being brave to talk about all these sensitive topics.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. What an insightful, mind-blowing podcast this was on wellness and on the topic of fitness, because this is, health is wealth. I want to say, we'll leave all the links in the description if you want to get in touch with Paulina. But thank you again for watching. Hope you found this insightful, and we will see you next time. Cheers!
Web3.tv